Hey, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Sharice, and as a very happy mother to a 16-year-old boy living in Atlanta, Georgia, I thought it would be helpful to share some tips for how I'm able to be this happy and strategies that you can use to take some of the burden off of being a single mother, or as I like to put it, an unmarried mother. Number one, I'm here to remind you that no one should be raising children in isolation. And in fact, the younger the children are, the more help you need. The more help you need. One of the reasons why I thoroughly enjoyed the first 5 years of I enjoyed every year, but the first 5 years of my son's life, I taught him everything he needed to know to be prepared for kindergarten. I had lots of help. In all the ways, I had lots of help. Now, I come from a more collectivistic culture. I was living at home with my mother. My son's father was actively involved in the beginning, and then, some things that I haven't talked about on social media happened. But even from his family, I had so much help from my family, so much help from the community, so much help. So if you don't have so much help, girl, you need to figure out a way. You need to figure out a way. How can you be in community with other people? And I want you to tell your children, you are not supposed to be doing it alone. Let them know. Look around. Explain to them, this is not how it's supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be the only one doing everything. That doesn't make any sense. It's not sustainable. Helping your children understand that it takes a village to raise them. And if they don't have a village, they just have you or one other person can be very valuable. But if it's just one other person that you have to rely on, gives them perspective so that they don't have a false image of what's happening right now. There's been so many men online. I don't know if this is real life, okay? The men online are such a small percentage, the angry ones, such a small percentage of the actual population. But when boys are not trained to do and girls are raised, it creates such a recipe for disaster when they become adults. Sons and daughters should take active roles in their life. The older that they get, the more that they can do to help around the house. I'm not saying you are offloading all of the responsibilities onto children. I do not co-sign that. But that they know that they can be an active participant of this household and be a helping member, because there's no way one person can do it all alone. Which leads me to my number two. You are going to have to outright ask your children to do certain things. I also want you to find someone else in your life that you can ask for help. We all came from a family. Unless you're our only child, all your parents are dead, and there's no extended family. We all came from people. And your people may be unreliable, but you can also create your chosen family. You create your chosen family by looking around and seeing who can be in your circle. You pour into those people and they will pour into you. There may be things that are going on with you that they don't know about, that if you tell them or ask them for help, they would be happy to help you. I think it makes a world of difference when we are vulnerable with people who care about us, right? Not fake people, but we show our whole selves to people who say they love us in the action word of it and who really want to support us. So reach out to friends and family, and also bring your children in to ways in which some of the burdens don't all have to be on you. You don't have to do all the cooking. You don't have to do all the cleaning. You can do some planning at the beginning of the week to help structure the rest of the week. And then you can communicate those with your children or somebody else who's coming in to support you so that things flow smoothly and you don't have to be the touch person for every single thing. My number three is to put down the mantle of single mothership. What I mean is, stop bragging about being a single mother. I don't call myself a single mom. I really don't. If anyone asks me, nobody would ask me, but this is the most I talk about being unmarried, because I'm not doing it all by myself. And so the label single mom has a lot of connotations to its definition. And a lot of them are negative, really negative stereotypes about being a mother, living in America and not having a man in the home who, he may be active, but not having a man in the home. And I want you to let that stuff go. Is anybody asking you? Let me know if somebody's asking you, are you a single mom? If somebody's asking you, you can say, I'm not married. What are they really trying to get at? But I want you to let go of this label, this identity of I'm a single mom. Because what does that mean? That you have a cape on? That you do everything for your kids? I give my kids the life that I didn't have? Like all those things? Pause. I'm not saying don't do for your kids, but I'm asking you to put things into perspective and to give it balance. You already know you're not supposed to be doing it all by yourself. So then constantly telling people, oh, I'm a single mom is not helpful. It just perpetuates the negative beliefs about yourself and your family. So no, you're unmarried? Okay. You're not married. Okay. Do we have a concept in our mind of an unmarried mother? No, not so much. But we know what single moms are like. You can tell me, what are single moms like? We know there's a whole list. So focusing on the fact that you are a mother, right? And you are aiming to live a life of balance. You're aiming to give your children perspective on what this process is of being a mom, because it really is the hardest job in the world, raising the next version of human beings to thrive here on earth. You take off your cape of always doing for your children. You do not make children your life's purpose. Because even if you are a stay-at-home mom, your children will leave you. If you want them to be happy and healthy adults who are thriving in this world, they're going to leave you. And so you must have a life outside of your children. You must have a life outside of your children. You must make time for yourself. You must ask yourself, what do I like? What do I want? And then you find the balance between doing things for yourself and doing things for your children. Which leads me to my last point. Stop sacrificing everything for your kids. Stop sacrificing everything. Every time we're at a crossroads of do for my kids, do for me. Do for my kids, do for me. You need to pick yourself some of those times. And I'm not saying your children are supposed to go hungry or unclothed or not go to school. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. If you are a mom, you know what I'm talking about. He doesn't need to go every time. He doesn't need a new whatever every time. That $50, whatever it is, can go to you sometimes. You can say no to somebody else and say yes to you, all within balance. But I really want to give you perspective in what it means to be a mother and a good mother, right? I mean, I'm not here to shame anybody. I'm here to ask you to choose yourself, because the happier you are, the happier your kids will be. Like a genuine happiness. I'm not talking about moms who are out all day and night. They're not happy. You can't be happy and not take care of your kids. I'm talking about finding the flow in your life. Doing the things that are necessary, doing the things that are prioritizing yourself so that you can be whole mentally and physically, so that you can continue to pour into your kids and give them the best of you and the best of life. You do not get there by always sacrificing for your children. You don't. Sometimes your kids cannot get exactly what they want exactly when they want it, because mother needs some peace in this moment. Mother needs a break. You need time to be yourself. Outside of the labels of employee, mother, partner, you need time to be. That's what I am encouraging for you. There's so many different ways to do it, but ask yourself these questions and then identify spaces in your life where you can say, my kids will be okay, even if I choose me. In fact, I think my kids will thrive if I choose me. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel, and share it with a mom that you think it may help. Thank you for watching.